What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. We out here with another Patreon request. This time we're taking a look at Scorpions Will Burn the Sky. And it says live Tokyo tapes, which means that this is probably a recording from a live performance, which is even better. I love live performances. I don't know who this band is. Don't know what this song's about. So let's go ahead and shut up, turn it up.
You all will take my pause. We burn the sky.
Before they jump into that interesting, the intro is pretty interesting. The rhythm was pretty much, almost sounded lullabic, right? Lullaby, do 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 do, and then the kind of the guitar was made it sound like it was set in the distant, right? Like obviously this is the type of element that you hear when you're about to hear some stories that are about to be of the storytelling nature, more than kind of just talking to you, more of a storytelling nature. But not only that, now I don't know if Tokyo tapes have anything to do with them actual going to Tokyo, but I imagine it probably does, called Tokyo tapes. But I'm not sure why they would name the album that, or that might just be the name of the song. I'll figure out later. But the reason why I paused is because of the tone that they made the guitar sound like. At first, I thought it was one of those Japanese stringed instruments, right? Before I started hearing the plucking nature or the specific tone that you would hear in a guitar. And when I heard that, I was like, oh snaps, right? They got some cultural instruments in here, but no, that was just the guitar. And I think that's why it sounded a little bit more distant, is because of probably the delicacy that they had to pluck those strings to kind of get that tight sound. Now, of course, I don't play the guitar, so I might be far off, but if that's what that was and an attempt to mimic a stringed Japanese instrument, that was pretty amazing. Okay. Hit that right there. I hear the bass guitar. The bass is creeping in.
Want you back again. Want you back again.
You know what? When I'm listening to this song, I'm starting to I feel like the magic behind this song is the stuff that's going on in the background. Right before they started picking up, it almost sounded like, if you ever listen to techno music, how sometimes they would have what you would call pads, and this is pretty much just kind of filler sound in the background for when instruments have their breaks within like the music composition to kind of keep everything together. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if you had what was my analogy going to be? I don't know what it was. I was going to say something along the lines of peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but I don't know where I was going with that. But it pretty much helps bridge everything together. But while I was listening to it, and I believe that it was the bass guitar, it's almost as if it was panned actually, because you can kind of hear it panning from the left to the right. And with this song, I'm starting to hear a lot of these background elements, right? With the exception of hearing that solo, we didn't hear too much of guitar action unless it contributed greatly to the background. Now, of course, we still got like 5 more minutes to go in this song, so it could gradually change. But, that's what I'm thinking so far. The vocals are pretty amazing, especially towards that end when he kind of hit that vibrato. That vibrato almost kind of had like a haunted feeling for something. I don't know. It was just a little bit weird, if you will. Right? I'm not really sure how to explain it, but it definitely did stand out. So, and it looks like we're transitioning, right? This is a transition into the next part of the song, only because of the way that everything kind of slowed down. Now, we might get hit again with that kind of melodic at the beginning, and I'm wondering if we're going to hear the guitar do that kind of like that stringed motion again.
As being one, I've searched for you to be free.
Oh, one more thing. There's cymbals being what do you call it? Is that when you take the I feel like I've done this in jazz band before. Isn't that when you don't hit it as much unless you do? I can't remember. Do you take it and you roll it around it? I can't remember, to kind of make that continuous cymbal kind of shh. And not only that, but I think I heard a tambourine in here as well. So we got all kinds of stuff happening.
Force of life, you have always been.
He might be hitting the cymbal.
I feel blue since you've gone. Your breath of love surrounded me. When can I rejoin you to be free? Rejoin you to be free. Rejoin you to be free.
Guitar swells. Wow, what a transition, right? From like complete chaos. Oh man, not only did he transition, he turned the volume down as well. Not necessarily volume, but I think that with electric guitars, the harder you pluck it, the louder it sounds, right? Which also, but if it's tied to an amplifier, then I guess you can always alter it. But I think that still stands, right? The harder you hit it, the more it's going to sound. But if there's a volume limit, that's set by the amplifier, then it goes the reason that if you pluck it softly, it will sound softer. Now, what was awesome, it was just his gradual decrease in volume. Now, I think that's hard, right? like I said, I'm not familiar with guitar. I don't know if you could just simply hit it and then run your fingers down the notes. Because I don't imagine you have to pluck every single one of those notes. Like, I mean, I wouldn't put it past them, right? You know, you've seen some fast finger plucking and everything. So, but that was interesting. I was into the transition right back into what looks like about to be the third transition into the song. And I like how they're marking it as well. I knew this was going to be of a storytelling nature just because of the way that it started. But I'm liking that they're transitioning and transitioning into it like that. Not only that, but it helps set that energy, right? Obviously, this is live, and you can kind of hear the crowd waiting for them to start back up. And also, this is one hell of a back bend.
Your love sets fire to my heart. We burn the sky when it's time for me to die.
It was shorter this time.
We burn the sky.
Oh, abrupt ending. Okay. So, okay. All right. So, man, that was one hell of a, I don't even know how long that lasted. That was one hell of a last 2 minutes. I mean, he was going off on that solo. So, there's a couple of things I wanted to speak to here. I like how the rhythm section kept things simple, right? And obviously we had to make room for that solo. I like that it was kept simple, but at the same time, it was still something to get you grooving, right? If the second guitar, right? I'm guessing it's not the lead guitar that sound it was maintaining, do 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 do, right? We already had the guitar, we already had the percussion going back there, and it was just doing a jam. But you can't just simply just play like maybe one note or two notes or three notes or something. If you're gonna be the rhythm section, you gotta still have some type of engagement going on. So the fact that he played it, see, one, do 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 do, looks like a, what do you call that? A third, do 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 do, eighth note maybe. I can't remember. I can't remember, but never mind. That's besides the point. It's just it keeps the head rocking, right? Because you need something to rock to. So the reason why I bring that up is because once he started going and he started playing his solo, one thing that I noticed about that is it sounded like it was a whole lot of pent up energies getting released at once, right? And one of the reasons why I even started listening to rock and metal music was because I discovered the similarities of it between it and jazz, right? Especially when it comes down to the solo. Now, what was interesting on about this was just the level of energy and how it was ascending, you know. Now, although this might be wrote on a piece of paper or whatnot, when he went into his second or third form of his freestyle or his solo, it might have been scripted to where everything goes louder, but sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's just something that just happens, right? The reason why it happens is because everybody's vibing with each other. You got the rhythm section, they might be playing the same thing over and over again, but I'm telling you, it don't feel like the same thing, because it's like almost after every maybe 8 measures or so, it's like the energy just gets heightened, right? And everybody just kind of feeds off each other. Now, when he's sitting there and he's doing his solo, you know, when he starts getting into them high notes, that's when he's pretty much at the climax of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see those facial expressions, just because you're in the sauce, right? Your rhythm section knows that you in the sauce, right? So it's just something that just automatically happens. Everything goes up. It would have been very, very hard if I was part of the rhythm section to sit there and keep playing it without, you know, messing up or something. I want to play a couple of more notes so I can kind of dive in and join in with you. It's just an incredible amount of energy. And when you see this live, you can see that synergy between everybody, and they just up there jamming, you know, the guitar, the lead guitar jamming, right? The bass guitar, he's back there just killing it on the funk, right? We have another guitar carrying the melody, and then the percussion back there. He started hitting us with those double drums. That's when you knew something was about to turn up. And then he went even harder on the snares. You know what I'm saying? It's just energy. I don't really know how to explain it. I feel like as a consumer of these certain things, right, it doesn't fall on people. It falls on like more consumers in it differently than it does on like musicians who's been up there and actually kind of played around, you know, with doing solos, if you will, with like a rhythm section or whatnot, and what that feels like to kind of leave your emotions out there. It's like a whole different type of feeling. I swear it feels like you ran like a 5K. You know, you're very, very tired. It's because it's emotionally draining. It's physically draining as well, because you're just pushing it on out there. And I swear to you, at the end of it, you feel like you just got cleansed, like you just came out of a sauna and all the toxins are just you just got rid of all your toxins, right? Your body's clean. Now that's what it feels like. So very, very high amounts of energy. And that's what I got from here. And I didn't even see a live performance. I was just listening to it. So imagine how I would have felt if I watched the whole thing, like watched it live. So anyways, this was a pretty awesome song and an awesome suggestion for my Patreon. You guys let me know what y'all thought about this down in the comments. That's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.